Alright, how's it going, guys? Thought I'd give you some commentary this time. So, I've made more edits to my Millennium Falcon, which is a surprise considering the fact that every time I get to a finalized product, I think, yeah, I'm happy with that, and then I find something else, a new feature, new type of glitch building that can be used to make it look better, and I've done it again. So, here we go. Basically, for this, everything's the same as it used to be. The couple few small differences, and then one major difference at the back. These pieces, for starters, before they were extended, and these bits were on the end, and it was like more like that. But I saw another video. I can't remember what the name was, but they used these pieces instead, and I thought that actually looked kind of cool. So I swapped those out, and I think it looks better. I've also done away with the cargo ramp at the front because it makes it a bit too chunky, doesn't really follow the design of the Falcon properly, and to be honest, with the lift not really working every now and then, and the fact it didn't really have the right feeling to it anyway, I decided to put a cargo ramp at the back underneath. Same sort of premise, you go inside, and then you're up in the middle of the ship. So it's really just a case of moving the entrance. And once this is closed, it looks almost perfect in terms of like the shape. It's just unfortunate I can't have a ramp here because then it would be perfect. But to get that more sleek front look, I think it looks better this way. I've also put an air purifier on the front here, just for a bit of extra detail. What else have I done? That's pretty much it, aside from the engines at the back. But this is different now anyway. I've just changed it. It looks way better. I've managed to get a more circular looking design instead of having it flat, and I think it looks brilliant. The only issue is that these pieces here, these little orange bits, which I deliberately painted to look a bit like the rust on the actual Falcon, these pieces will be done away with. So it will be more white and less tiny bits of orange. Which like, is a bit of a shame, but I mean, it's mostly a white ship anyway. But the difference is night and day compared to how it was before. In fact, I'll show you quickly. So this is what I had. Keep fucking doing that. This is what I had previously. This is what I uploaded in my last video. Did a bit of glitch building to get these vents on the middle of the block instead of, in line with it, and I think it looks cool. Unfortunately, I've now made it even better. It does stick out a bit. Obviously it's not going to be perfectly circular. It's more of a case of like from the back, top, and sort of side angle, you can get the right look. It looks better. But if you look at it dead side on, you'll be like, yeah, that doesn't look right. But I mean, who cares? It's like shipbuilding in Minecraft. It's not going to be perfect, but I think generally, from a flying point of view, if you're in third person, it's going to look pretty spot on. So I'll teach you guys how to get that look and also the rest of it. So there's the pieces that I've done. I'll do a full build now. So let's get this underway. Forgive me if I'm making any mistakes. Might be hard to follow if I do, but I'm basically building this off by heart. So, but the amount of times I've built this, I should be able to do that by now. I'm not going to talk the whole way through it. I'll talk for important pieces, especially like the glitch building towards the end. But for the most part, I'm going to be silent, so you can speed this video up if you need to. Right, now we get into the fun part of me trying to remember how the hell I glitched these pieces together at the back. Because it wasn't easy. Let's also hope I remember in which direction I did what. Right, so let's do the top pieces first. Well, top and bottom pieces. You want to get a hab, and then get a rock copper propeller module. Put it on this side, because I don't think it works on the other side. Yeah, on this side it only snaps to these two positions, whereas on the other side, for some reason, you can snap it to these 5 positions, and by doing so, if you put it into a position where it's offset, for example, you can then move the hab over by half a block. If you consider a walkway a block, then yeah, it's half a block. So now it's offset. So now what we want to do is lower it. No, not by doing that. That was stupid. Because I have to do all that again. Offset, and then move it over one. And then get it lowered so you can get a piece there. This will allow you to place the longshore cowlings slightly further back as opposed to before. No, wait. I feel like I'm... Oh, no, I'm right. Yeah, that's correct. Got a little lost for a second then. And you want to do that. Move them over, duplicate them so you can duplicate them over across like that. And then if you want to do the bottom one as well, you can do it this way. You sort of duplicate a piece in the middle there onto the bottom of this cowling. Then you can do the same on the other side. Okay. And then you can get rid of that other piece you duplicated so that it doesn't take up too much complexity. Right, and then these aren't all in line. So these two need to be slightly offset, and then this one needs to be even further. And then while we're at it, put these little vents in. And delete those pieces. Oh no, I need to do... Right, so the same sort of system needs to happen. Oh, it should be right. Because the thing is, I also move the pieces slightly different way. So, because you can offset them in like 3 different ways. because you can offset them diagonally as well. So if you do this, put it on the side, you can then move that underneath, and then it's completely in a wrong position, basically. Then move that across. Actually, I probably should have done these bits first and then the other bits, but whatever, it will work. And then you need... We'll delete these pieces just to make it easier. Build it across, just to build a walkway, really, for the pieces that we're going to place. Then you need the hard frame cowling. No, sorry. First you need the hard frame diffuser. Go on. Come on. There. No, that's wrong. I messed up somewhere. Well, that might be right, actually. Bear with me. No, I'm pretty sure I messed that up. Well, the front half is the same. Like, that is correct. It's the back half I need to figure out. Oh, hang on. There's also this piece that needs to go there. So, I'll jump to the finished build and then sort of delete it and then figure out what I did. I mean, these pieces are the way I was describing. They were in the correct place. It was just figuring out where these went. So, let's delete these pieces. Oh, there's a big empty space in there I didn't know about. Plus, the engines themselves might also be offset. Oh, that's fun. Nope, that's not right. Come on, we're being difficult. There we go. This should be... right. Go. It's a bit finicky, I'll admit. Once you get those pieces in place, this is what you want. You want these hard frame diffusers. You want them at this angle, preferably white and black, not white and orange like I'm showing. Have them like that. Then you can delete these pieces, and either you can do the same thing on the other side, or you can carry the walkway across. Otherwise, deleting these pieces, they don't get to get rid of them afterwards. And then you can do the exact same. On the other side. Alright, that's the edge done. Now you need to do the same thing, but you also need to do what I did earlier, which is offset this hab. It's gonna let me, there we go. So that it's back half block. then you need to do the same thing. Do it across. And now you want to do, again, this is just to put in something that these pieces can attach to. Now you want the hardframe cowling, and you just want place 4. Oh, that's not right. That needs to go on that piece. There we go. There we go. Figured it out in the end. Get rid of those. Don't want bits clipping. Get rid of that. Should be everything. Oh, go into here as well. Now, I don't know if you saw it, but earlier I had 2 walkways on the top in these gaps, just to sort of smoothen it out, because otherwise there's a bit of a gap there between the top of this piece and this bit. So to do that, please put them on the back. That's not it. Where's that gone? Put them on the back of the cowlings, and then that looks a bit better. But for the underside, I would suggest using either don't do anything because it's really not that important, or just use something like a relay joint, because it's the walkways are kind of ugly on the underside. They look like that, so it's not pretty. It doesn't match with the rest of it. It's not even the right color. There we go. That's how you do a circular engine. If you want to do what I've done, I mean, if you fly this, you'll be able to see a significant glow through these vents. But if you want it looking the way I've got mine, then you need to put on panels and lights. But if you want to do what I do, which is build 2 identical ships, and then you can switch between the 2, depending on your preference. So, for example, if it's in a station like this, or if it's in the anomaly, for example, if you want it to look like the engines are off and have it like that, then it can work well for photos. But if you want the blue lights off the back when you're flying, then obviously you'd need to summon the other version. It is a bit of a pain to build both ships the exact same, though. I mean, you can see how complex this is, especially with this bit at the back. And the interior, both my ships have the exact same interior. It was really painful to do. As I'll show you now. There you go. This is the non-blue light version. I'll show you the other version as well. That's not it. Oh, I'm an idiot. I saved over the wrong version. Ah, right, I guess I have to do the lights again anyway. Ah, that's fun. Anyway, just comparison again. New version. Old version. Obviously I haven't put the blue lights on yet, but it's a significant improvement on the general shape. Certainly matches more of the circular design that people are wanting. You can tell, but I've also added lights around the edges and on the underside. So 2 red lights on the bottom of this piece here, and then just random white lights in a sort of circular, well, it's not random, but white lights in a circular pattern around the ship, sort of around the front. I might put some at the back as well. Yeah, why not? Because the actual Falcon has a bunch of white lights on the bottom, and to be fair, when these lights are on and you summon your ship, it looks so cool when it lands, and I'll show you that in a bit. That's one benefit to having the cargo door at the back, is that when your ship comes in and you summon it, it will fly in facing forwards and then spin around so that the back is facing you, and it just looks cool. It looks way better than summoning it the normal way where it lands facing you. Not sure if that's going to look right. too many lights. Let's go to that one. Also got one here on the specific panel on each cowling. Right where these two dots are. I've also put 2 red lights underneath the cargo entrance as well. If I can find the hatch, there we go. Come on. Oh, okay. Right, I'll show you what this looks like. Oh yeah, here's the cargo entrance, obviously. Cargo, and then you go up into the main area that I had before. So you had 2 crew berths, the nutrition processor with the table, and I've moved the what's called mission radar over to the other side just to create a wall on the inside. That way it doesn't sort of come up into the middle of a doorway. Everything else is the same as it was. Actually, no, scratch that, delete those, because for some reason they create this sort of, in fact, I'll put that back on and I'll show you what it looks like, but this sort of mist that comes from the top, as you're landing, you can see it clipping through the top of the ship, and it's really weird. So I wouldn't suggest having a living wall inside your ship. This should be an engine room, so I don't know why it's different. Probably because I deleted pieces. Obviously, I've tried to do the interior as accurately and as accurately as I can, and sort of doing what makes sense. So obviously, the engine rooms are at the back, where the engines are, because obviously, right behind this wall is where either one of the engines is or one of the interior pieces is that then connects to the engines, and the reactor is behind this wall. Med room or a med bay. Random bits of cargo as well, because it is a freighter after all. Lockers, random bits as well. Another engine room down here. Nope. It's weird. I don't know why that. This is here. Should be another one here. Right, now let's get those lights in at the back. Okay, now, to do these engines and the blue lights, I would suggest landing on a planet. It's a little hard to do it at the right angle when you're looking up at it from like this, so I suggest landing on a planet and building a Colossus geobay. So you can have a moving platform that you can drive around. Sort of, it's at the perfect eye level to put those lights on. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but driving this thing, it's horrible. Like wherever the controls to this thing needs shooting. So awkward. Right, so these middle bits, unfortunately, if you try to put a light on them, they will angle and not be straight. And you can't change the axis on a light. But if you place a panel first, a flat panel, get it to a point where it's near the middle, change the axis to the red one, rotate it forwards, and move it slightly, and then place it. And then just for added detail and just to hide it better, I would suggest painting it blue. And also when the lights are on it, it kind of just glows even brighter. And then obviously do that all the way across. do it again. Doesn't have to be perfect, you're going to be covering it with lights anyway. Just as long as you get the general positioning right. I'll show you the middle bit first, and then we'll move on to the side fence. Obviously, I don't know if you guys know, I know some of you have noticed, there's a bit of a graphical bug when you've got these lights on. For some reason, it depends on where you are. If you're in the station, it's really noticeable, but sometimes when you're on planet, it doesn't show up at all. There's like a black pixelization, it's like a cloud that shows up sort of in the general direction of the engines. Even if you're inside the ship, it'll still do it. It's annoying, but I mean, what can you do? The only other option is to do what I did beforehand and just have no lights at all, but I don't think that looks anywhere near as cool. And considering the way it looks, I think it's a good sacrifice. Right, I'm just going to speed through this build, this part of the build. You can get the general idea. Just place a bunch of blue lights in a line. Yeah, I think that's might be one problem with this build, is it seems to crash into itself a lot more than it used to. That might be due to the offset pieces cutting through itself. Hopefully the developers will come up with a fix to that. Hopefully that fix doesn't involve removing offset pieces like from these builds, because that will ruin a bunch of people's builds, I know that for sure. Anyway, that's should be it. I think I'm done with this ship forever. I'm done adding things to it. I'm happy with it. I'm not going to edit anymore unless they make it so you can have sideways facing entrances. I'm not going to touch it. So that is it, I think, for the Millennium Falcon. Hope you guys enjoyed watching and building your own Falcons. Hope you guys enjoy using them. Otherwise I wouldn't have bothered doing a tutorial for you guys to follow, because I saw how much you guys wanted it, so I hope you guys get good use out of them. But if you do see anyone in the anomaly and they're like, oh wow, cool Millennium Falcon, just say, you know, send them my way, say, oh yeah, this dude built it and I watched the video and copied it. And just to show you guys what I was talking about earlier, you summon the ship and it's got a cargo ramp towards the back, it'll do this. And I think that's fucking cool. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoy your ships. And I'll see you on the next one, maybe, if I build anything else.